Hello everyone, good afternoon all of you, and let's start today. So let me know if my voice is audible to everyone and the screen is also visible. So is it audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, all right. So all you people just pay attention that we people are talking about group discussion, okay? So in previous class, little bit things we people have discussed so far, and in today's class also we'll discuss it more. But all you people have to remember and understand that group discussion is the part that you people have to just qualify or just you have to attend when you people will be in final year. So it should not be that right now you people are in first year and second semester itself, and so by the year you people will go or will complete your third year. So that time you might have forgotten everything. So I wanted to make you realize that every day you people prepare something. So what preparation you people are expected to do, that may be simply reading a newspaper, simply just going through some articles, some simply just trying to speak English. So all these things are important for your group discussions, because your general knowledge is not that one particular book that if you have read and the questions will be out of that book only. It is not like that. So it is very uncertain, unpredictable that which topic will be given to you, and on that topic you are going to talk. So it will be totally based on your general knowledge itself. So try to increase your general knowledge by reading a lot. So all you people have to develop a habit of reading wide. So what you are getting, you maybe a newspaper, maybe any book, maybe any technological journal, magazine, or whatever it may be. So if it is coming to you, you just try to finish it by reading and try to note down some of the important ideas in that book or in that journal, magazine, etc. So that is going to help you to increase your knowledge base. Okay, so I hope that with this we people will just begin with this, that here again we people will continue with the prerequisites of a group discussion. And here you people have to understand that the topic which is given to you, who will give you topic, who will assign you a topic?
Interviewer.
Yes, it will be of course interviewer, and usually if there is a panel, then there will be panelists. Okay, if there are 2 3 people, then it will be a panel, and those panelists will be just give you topic, and you don't know which topic they are going to give you, and they will declare the topic before 5 minutes itself. So you don't have that much time that you can search on internet or something like that. So you do not get chance like this. So be ready, always try to express your views on different topics. So whatever you have read, for example, if it is online education, offline education, so what are your opinions? Try to frame your opinions on this topic. It may be your views on terrorism in India. So what do you think of terrorism in India? So such kind of topics you just try to think. At the end of this class, I will try to give you some topics that are can be prepared for group discussion, and you people can prepare for these topics also. So topic is given by the panelists, it is given by the interviewer, and you don't know which topic they are going to declare. Then next thing, you people have to plan and prepare. So as soon as the topic is declared to you, you just start planning that what you are going to speak and start preparing. So for preparing, I mean that you have to be ready with a pen and paper with you. So a notepad or a notebook or one page, something that you have to carry with you, and start writing down the topic and its definition. If it is definition that you know, you can try write down that whatever you can mention about that topic, all those things. Then which points and ideas that you people can suddenly struck to your mind, and those ideas you people try to put on paper so that you can speak about these ideas. Then you people have to think about that what your knowledge you people have, and you to present this knowledge with self confidence. So these are the things. Interviewer will check how much knowledge you have, and they will also see if you have self confidence also. So both things are important. All you people just to try to understand that you people will show these 2 things: you have knowledge, as well as it is seen that you're self confident as well. Okay. Then next important thing that the panelists or interviewer will look for, it will be communication skills. So as I just told you people that you people have to improve your communication skills. So it will be in English language. So I think that I have told you a lot many times, and even today also I'm going to tell you that you people have to make English communication your strength. It should not be that English is your drawback. Maybe right now you are feeling that my English is not good or something like this, and you're feeling that English is your weakness. But can you convert it into your strength? Yes, you can convert it into strength. So how much time you people are with you? You have this, your second year is there, third is there. So almost 2 years you people are getting in your hand, so that you people can convert that English into your strength, so that it should not be your weakness. And minor mistakes can be there, a little grammar mistake, or some here and there can be there. So you don't just think that you have to be totally perfect in English communication, but a little bit minor mistakes will be there, which will be neglected, but it should not be major mistakes. Once again, remember, but you people have to work on your English communication, which is must. It is must in group discussion, it is must in your interview as well. So you people keep in mind, every day think, before going to sleep, you think, what I have done today for improving my English. Have I read something? Have I spoken with anybody? Have I listened something? If not, then don't sleep. You spend 10 to 15 minutes and then go to sleep. So this method habit you follow, and important, practice daily. Communicate with someone, with your friends usually. Then next, they will look for your presentation. Okay, so presentation means that the way you're presenting your ideas. So what are the thoughts and ideas that are in your mind, that you're having about this topic, and how you're presenting those ideas. So here your presentation skills are also very important, as far as you people are going to present the thoughts and ideas that are in your mind. So present them in logical way, present them in a simple way, present them that everybody will understand in that way. Okay. Then next is that body language and personal appearance. So right now, these days, you people will have an idea that these group discussions are conducted online also. But by the time you people will be ready for group discussions, or at the end of your third year, of course all things will be normal, and you people will be there face to face for group discussions. You people will be in campus for a recruitment process. So your these two aspects, that body language and personal appearance, is also very important, that you people have to use your body. It is not always that only words are helping you for communicating your ideas. In fact, that apart from that, you people have to use your body language also. So what do you understand by body language, and what you will use? You people reply me, because I think that it is only my communication, I always speak, and you people do not get chance to speak also. So you people tell me, what do you know, what do you consider in body language, and what you will use while speaking in group discussion. Reply me what.
That's
Yes, yes.
expressions.
Expressions, okay.
behavior,
Behavior, okay.
feelings,
Suraj, once again, I'm not able to listen.
feelings, sir.
Yes, feelings, okay, feelings. Okay, all right. So you people are trying again. I would like to tell you that very few students are there. Always they respond only. What about other students? Everybody has to be. This is for everyone. This is not only 4 or 5 students who are taking, who are listening carefully. They're replying. They're answering. And what about others? Other students also be active and alert. Okay. Pay attention. So when we talk body language, so that time we have to use our entire body for communication, and not only words. So when I say entire body, means that you people have to use your gesture and posture. So gesture means what? That the movements, hand movements. So when you're just using, we communicate with the help of our hands, and that different body parts we people use. So posture means what? The posture indicates that the way in you sit, the way in you walk, or the way in you stand. So that is called posture. So how do you sit, how do you stand, and how do you walk? This is again part of body language. Then apart from this, that your facial expressions. So what we understand from facial expressions, you can showcase a lot of feelings and emotions from your face. Instead of just speaking, you can show that you're happy, you're sad, and different kinds of feelings you people can convey on your face. Similarly, another part of body language is eye contact. Okay, you people have to maintain eye contact. So when you people are talking, you people have to maintain eye contact with all your listeners. And when you are listener, you people have to maintain eye contact with all your speaker. So this way you people have to maintain eye contact also. Then apart from this, you people have to maintain a smile on your face. So always be pleasant and wear a smile on your face. So it indicates that you are happy, eager, enthusiastic, and ready to learn. So wear a smile on your face. Then apart from this, the tone of voice is also important part of body language or non-verbal communication, I will say. So you people have to use your tone of voice, so you can increase your volume, decrease your volume, or you can just try to attract the attention of your audience by talking in low voice or talking in loud voice also. So these things you people have to take care about your body language. And then next is there, that is personal appearance. So what do you understand in personal appearance? Personal appearance, how you look, simply how look. So whatever the body structure we people have, can we change your body structure? We cannot change. So whatever the face skin color or height and all those things, can we change? Can we think of those things? No, these things are not in our hand and we cannot control about them. So don't think of these things. So in personal appearance, what do people have to care about? The people have to care about your dress. So it has to be formal, it has to be clean, it has to be ironed, and that you have to present. Then apart from this, you people have to think of your hairstyle. In case of male candidates, they have to cut their hairs, and if they are having beard, they have to trim it or they have to clean shave. And accessories that you people are using, belt, shoes, and different kind of things which you people are thinking of it, you have to take care about these things. In case of female candidates, you people have to think of your hairstyle and your makeup, and then again different kinds of accessories or jewelry that you are going to wear. You have to take care about these things. All should be formal. Okay, so these things you people will take care about your personal appearance. And then next important part is that you people have to be calm and cool. So what do you mean by calm and cool? When you people are talking, it will not be that all people will support your view, all people will support your opinion. They're going to criticize you, they're going to oppose you, they are going to talk against your opinion. So in that case, will you feel angry? If you're feeling angry, you should not show. Your behavior should not be aggressive. You should not talk in loud voice at someone. You should not shout at someone. Okay, you have to be cool and you have to be calm. And if you wanted to express your difference, you have to express it in a different way. Okay, or in a polite way. Or you have to use courteous language. This care you people have to take care when you are participating into group discussion. Okay, so is it okay? Are you getting me? Is it
Yes,
understandable?
sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope that everybody is in position. Everybody is paying attention, because if you're paying attention, then only you understand. Otherwise, if you're not paying attention or simultaneously you are surfing on the internet or you're on Facebook or what you're doing, because right now I don't have control over it. But I expect that your 100% attention, undivided attention required. Then only you'll understand what I'm speaking and what I'm telling. Otherwise, simply you'll think that maybe it is out of your understanding. And if you feel that it is out of your understanding, again it will be difficult, that you will lose your attention and interest, and you may not be able to continue for 1 hour. Okay, so keep track, try to understand, always think that your mind is in your control, and always you're paying attention, in simple words. Otherwise what happens that you may be connected, you may be looking at the screen, but people are around you, they're talking about something else. Maybe you're watching TV or you're doing a lot of activities and you're trying to attend the lecture. In that case, you'll not understand anything. I hope that nobody's doing this and all people are paying attention. Okay, with this we people will try to go to the next slide with this. And here now we people will get some of the tips or do's and don'ts for group discussion. Okay, so first of all, these are do's. It means that you have to follow these things, these points in your group discussion. Okay, so first of all, it says modulate the volume, pitch, and tone. So what does it mean? Modulate the volume, pitch, and tone. We people have studied pronunciation, intonation, and stress and rhythm. So I have again just told you people that you wanted to attract the attention of your audience or fellow group members, that you can try to reduce your volume or try to focus on one particular word or sentence so that all other people will pay attention to you. Or you can take a pause also, like this. Suppose that you are going to start, so you have to say friends, and then take a pause, because after taking a pause everybody will be in position to listen, and by taking a short pause everybody will pay attention to you. Okay, so this kind of tips and techniques you people have to follow when you people actually going to participate, speak in group discussion. Then next point says, be considerate to the feelings of the others. Considerate, it means that you have to consider feeling of other people also, because other people are going to express different opinion. So in that case you people have to think of their opinion also, and you should not criticize, or you should not be arrogant and be angry at other people. You have to consider their feelings also. You can accept their different opinions as well. Then next is, try to get your turn. So what do you understand from this? Try to get your turn means, you can imagine a situation of group discussion. So usually the arrangement is of semicircle, and on other half of the circle there are panelists, and one half is again there are the group members. They are sitting in maybe a queue or in a line. Okay, so it is not like that one speaks and after one has over, and then next speaks, and then like this. There is no fixed number or fix anyone any rule that one after another all members will speak. Here everybody tries to speak and everybody wants to speak for more time, and so in that, if you're keeping quiet and you're thinking that somebody will get me chance and then I will speak, you're not, probably you're not going to get a chance to speak. So what you have to do, you have to try to get your turn. So maybe there is a situation that at same time two or three candidates try to speak at the same time. So in that case, you people have to continue your speaking, and after this you have to impress the observers, panelists. You have to attract their attention, and attracting attention, it does not mean that you have to shout, just no. Your views, your different point, your knowledge and your communication, everything has to be shown there. Then only they will just try to pay attention to you. Otherwise, if you're just shouting a lot for trying to grab the attention or trying to get your turn, it will be again arrogant behavior or misbehavior there. So therefore, try to get your turn in a polite way. Then next is, be an active and dynamic participant by listening. Okay, so what do you mean by here? What do you mean by this point now? So you have to be active. It is not always about your speaking. If your turn, you got it a turn, and suppose let's say there are maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, if there are 15 minutes that you got for your group discussion, and if there are 10 minutes, so hardly you people are going to get 2 or 3 minutes. And if you spoke for 3 minutes, what you are going to do rest of 12 minutes? Okay, these rest of 12 minutes you people are going to listen to other members, other group members. Okay, everybody, it is not like that only one person who is speaking better and you think that he's right and you're listening to him only. No, each and every member, what he's trying to say, you people have to listen, because listening is also important skill the interviewers they are looking for whether you are listening to others or not. So once your turn is over, or if you wanted to if you finish your contribution in that group discussion, you can pay attention, listen to everybody, try to understand. Again, you have to show this that you're listening. You can nod your head up and down, that yes, you're listening, you're understanding, you're supporting their views, something like this. You people have to show through your body language as well that you are listening to others, and there you have to be active. It should not be that after you have finished your turn and you're relaxing just, and you're looking here and you're looking there, and maybe you're looking at observer, and maybe you're looking at the roof and something like this. So you don't do these things, but pay attention, be active, and listen to other members. Then when you will talk with confidence and self-assurance. So self-assurance means what? That whatever you have spoken, you stuck to it. It should not be that right now you have spoken one point and at next time you are changing it. It should not be. You have to stick to what you are saying, uh, to your opinion. Okay, so these are some of the do's that you can do. Then again, on next slide, we people are again having some don'ts now. So I hope that it is audible. Are you paying attention, everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so let me
Yes,
ask
sir.
Avinash
Yes, sir.
Salgar, roll number 62. Avinash, is it audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let me ask someone who is there. Roll number 49, Sridhar. Are you paying
Yes,
attention?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Then let me know Sandhya Rani, roll number 36.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So all people are active and they're paying attention and you're trying to understand. I'm very happy that you immediately replied me. Okay, fine. So pay attention to the screen and try to understand what we shouldn't do. Okay. Uh, don't engage yourself in a subgroup conversation. Try to understand. So if your group of 10 person and your group discussion is going on, so there is going to be that differences are part of group discussion. Try to understand, not all people will support one point or they will think in one side. It is not going to happen. So all people are going to talk, some are going to say like this, some are going to say like that, and there should not be partition, there should not be division of two groups, there should not be subgroups, and you should not involve yourself that in subgroups that you are engaged. Okay, so you have to try to maintain unity. Okay, unity means though there are differences, but that differences should be in one group only. There should be one group, one discussion should be going on, it should not be subgroups. So if you found that at some level of group discussion that participants are getting divided into two different parts and there are two different groups that are talking, that time you just try to bring them on track, try to maintain unity, you'll catch the attention of the panelists if you think that you are just bringing them on track. So that will be again another trick. Then next point is that don't repeat and use irrelevant materials. So don't repeat and irrelevant materials in the sense of points only, because you are not going to carry any material apart from the pen and paper. So there is no any irrelevant material with you. But in terms of talking, you people don't repeat any point. If you have planned you are going to speak, but unfortunately what happens that somebody has spoken your point, so you expected to speak something different, you shouldn't repeat the same which other person has spoken. But initially you thought that I will speak of it, but somebody has spoken already you before you. So in that case you cancel that point and you just think of another and you try to speak in that way. Then you don't talk nonsense, you don't talk irrelevant, you don't talk which is not related to the topic, because it will show that you are not up to date and you do not consent with this group discussion. So don't repeat and don't talk irrelevant, in simple words. Then next thing you shouldn't do, that is addressing yourself to the examiner. Okay, so what does it mean addressing yourself to the examiner? You are there for talking in a group. Okay, and you shouldn't consider who is observing you, or you don't pay attention to them at all. They will do their own work, their work is to observe you. So you just try to don't bring them into group discussion. Don't say, sir, what do you think, sir, I said like this, and sir, you're looking at that examiner and you're bringing them into discussion. Don't do this. You don't look at them, you just pay attention to you, your group discussion, your opinion, and you're listening. That's simply. So you don't address yourself to the examiner or observer or panelists who are there. So they will just continue, they will observe you, they will just give some marks to you, but don't try to pay attention to them. Okay, then next point is again important, worrying about making some grammatical mistakes. For your interest, the matter you put across are important. So don't bother. Many of the students, they think a lot about their English grammar, that my grammar is not perfect and I may make some mistakes. In fact, mistakes will be there. Whenever you speak, there are going to be some mistakes, but these mistakes should be minor mistakes. I have already told you, in communication, if there are mistakes, that is okay. We have to try to eliminate mistakes. It doesn't mean that I just saying that you make mistakes. You try to be accurate as much as possible, but if it is there that somehow you are making some mistakes, that is okay. Those mistakes should be minor mistakes, silly mistakes, which are negligible. So don't think that I'm making mistakes, and don't prevent yourself from speaking. rather than you, whatever the points, important points you have, you just try to convey it to other people. This is important, and it will not be that only communication that you will be evaluated on. Communication is important, but apart from this, you people have to think of other points also. Okay, then let's go to the next, that you people will see that important points in group discussion. What you have to remember: be assertive. So what do you mean by be assertive? It means that you have to stuck to the your point, and you have to be honest, and you have to speak genuinely. In simple words, you have to say whatever you wanted to say. It should not be that you're trying to say that somebody is trying to say, so you are saying. It should not be that. Just one minute. It should not be that you're changing your opinions now and then frequently, or you are just maybe becoming aggressive, talking arrogantly, something like this. Be assertive. So try to say your opinion, but it should be polite. It should be, you're not going to hurt the feeling of other people. You're not going to hurt others' self-respect. So this you have to be take care. So be assertive. It means that you express your opinion, but it should not hurt anybody. Should not hurt anybody's feeling. Then next is a patient listener. So what do you mean by patient listener? Whenever you have nothing to speak, or once you're done, or if you're not getting your turn, so meanwhile you should be patient listener. You have to listen patiently. Listening to another person is one way of showing appreciation. So what you're doing, you are just showing your appreciation by listening to other people. And whenever you're listening, or whether you are just nodding your head up and down, yes, you're understanding, you're interested, so that you have to show through your body language. So become a patient listener, because listening skills is one parameter in assessing group discussion. So you become a listener. Then right language, you people have to choose proper words, proper sentences, and simple words. I will suggest you, words can make friends, and right words at the right time make the best results. So you just think that how you can express. Many people, they have a lot of ideas, knowledge in their mind, in their head, but because of short of vocabulary, they do not understand which word they people have to use, and because of that they fail to express. So it should not happen with you. Daily you work on vocabulary every day. You just find out minimum 10 words into dictionary. Try to use them in speech, try to use them in sentences, so that it will help you to express your views. You don't feel that right now you wanted to say something, and you're not finding proper words to express your thoughts. Many people face this difficulty in English, that they wanted to say, if it is in their mother tongue, it might be differently they can express, but because of in English they are not able to use proper words. So this problem occurs to so many people. So you people take care that you are using a lot of words and vocabulary, and daily you are practicing some words and vocabulary, and you are using them into sentences. If you're doing this, you'll not find that there is problem that you are finding, that you wanted to say something, but because of words you are not able to say. So this problem will not happen with you. Then next is be analytical and fact oriented. So when you're talking, you have to be present your views in analytical way. So there should be a kind of analysis, or there should be a facts that you're going to provide. So suppose that any kind of topic which is required of statistics, numbers, or some kind of the the information that you are giving, it should be correct, right, and as per the facts. It should not be that you're saying something, the proportion, ratio, percentage. So in such cases you have to be fact oriented. Maybe if you're talking about corruption, so number of these cases have increased, cases has decreased. Or if you are just woman safety is there, so you're talking about rape cases, so in that case you should know, if you know, you should be able to present that these many cases has happened or something. Or if you are talking in percentage, this percentage has increased by 5%, 10%, something like this. So be analytical and fact oriented. It is necessary to make relevant points which can be supported with facts and analyzed logically. So this care you take, that you are providing facts, you have to be analytical, you have to do some analysis, and then you have to present your opinion. So these points you people take care. So again, here some things that you shouldn't do while you're participating into group discussion. So being shy, nervous, keeping isolated from GD. So many of people, they're of this category. They're shy. Shy means that they're not able to open up their views. They're not able to open their mouth. They do not speak at all, and they keep quiet because they're nervous, and because of this they could not speak, or they keep themselves isolated. All people, they're just trying to get their turn. They're just appreciating, they're saying yes, I agree, I do not agree, something like this. But there are some people who are just not getting a chance, and if they're getting chance, they're not speaking at all. So you should not keep quiet. If you're keeping quiet, simply you have to think that you will be thrown out of this group discussion. You will be not appear for next round. So if you wanted to crack this group discussion round, you people have to speak. Okay, and how to speak that with this all those things that we people have just discussed. So don't be shy, don't be nervous, don't keep yourself isolated. Be active. Try to support any opinion which is expressed by group members, or try to disagree with someone, whatever, based on the topic and based on your communication, you can just be active member of that group discussion. Do not be shy, do not be nervous. Then next is that interrupting another participant before his arguments are over. So here what you can do, if any person is speaking and you wanted to express your opinion which may be different than that person, so you wanted to interrupt that person, so you shouldn't interrupt that person immediately, because he has to finish your point. And if you're not allowing him to speak, again you may be creating a negative impression. But see that that person is not going to stop at all. Maybe he's taking for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, he continuously speaking, and he's not stopping at all. So in that case you can interrupt that person. But for 1 or 2 minutes you don't interrupt him, let him complete his point. Once he's over, then you just express yourself, I disagree with you. You can say, I have different opinion, I beg to differ, or something like this. There are going to be different phrases that at the end of this session I'm going to show some of the phrases that you people can use for your group discussions. Okay, so don't interrupt immediately, but later on if you think that that person is not going to stop, in that case you can say, sorry to interrupt you, or uh, don't mind if I interrupt you, something like this. You people have to begin with this. Or you can say, sorry to interrupt you, I have important point here to raise, and then you continue with your point. Then next, you don't do speak in favor. So speak in favor, it means that, so if there is any particular topic which may be controversial means they're having two views, two different views, and uh, you're going to establish, or you're going to speak against one part, and you're going to stuck that, and at other situations you're going to change it. So you shouldn't do. Once you feel that you're choosing one side, you try to stick to that point only. So establish your position and stand by it stubbornly. So it means that whatever the points you people have raised, or whatever you're trying to support, keep supporting it. And if you think that at some stage, whatever you have said earlier, it may be wrong, if you realized it, you can accept that also, but you have to accept in front of everybody. My friend, you made me clear, earlier I was thinking like this, but now I have changed my opinion, and I think that you're right. So this way also you can change opinion, but in the case if you are clear, you can justify in that case only. It should not be that in your first turn you're talking about this point, in your second turn you're talking again in different, and you're totally having a confused person. So it should not be. Then changed opinions. So if you're changing your opinions, in that case you have to accept that somebody made you clear, and because of that you have changed your opinion. But don't express that first different opinion, and at second case you're expressing totally different opinion. So you should not have changed opinions. The next is, don't make fun of any participant even if his arguments are funny. Okay, so in group discussion, because there are different people and they are having different views as well, so there may be some people who are going to be arrogant, they are going to talk aggressively, they are going to be maybe some people are like this, that they're talking funny, they're trying to make jokes also. So here you people have to understand that you are going to discuss that topic professionally. You're not a friends, you're not a group of friends that you're chatting together. That is not chatting at all. This is discussion and this is formal and professional. So if anybody is trying to make funny arguments, don't make fun of anybody, don't hurt anybody. That care we people have to take. Already we people have discussed about this. uh, then let's try to see here some salient features of GD which are given here. Topic may be given to judge your public speaking talent. So number of reasons are there, not only public speaking talent, but how you speak publicly, that is one of the criteria. But apart from this, your subject knowledge, your communication skills, your listening skills, your team spirit, and your cooperation, your coordination, all those things are evaluated. So one of the point is that your public speaking. So you have to be careful about your speaking in group. Discussion resolves around a specific topic. Okay, you should not leave this topic, you should not get divergent, you should not start talking leaving that topic. You should not leave this topic. So discussion resolves around a specific topic and you have to stuck to the topic. The examiner does not interfere once he announced the topic. So that is also very important. So the examiner or the interviewer, he just gives you some instructions in the beginning. He tells you how you have to participate and all those things. He gives some instructions and he announces the topic. And once he announces the topic, then he does not interfere, or you should not ask him anything should not be asked in between group discussion. You people have to be part of group now, and you just don't pay attention to the examiner, what he's doing, what he's writing. Is he writing any marks when you have finished your point, or when other people have spoken, they're writing anything. Many people have habit of checking what they're writing. So they just raise their hand and they try to just look what they're writing on paper, how much marks they are giving, something like this. If it is close distance, they will try to check. So don't do what your marks they are giving, let them give. Maybe you are qualified or disqualified. It will decide. You will come to know after they will declare the result. At that time you will come to know about it. But examiner will not interfere and you do not ask him anything. Then next one is this: maintain cordiality and free expression of thought and opinion. Cordiality means what? Cordiality, cordially. Sorry. So this is a group and you have to discuss it friendly. So friendly atmosphere you have to maintain. We people are there for just discussion. So atmosphere should not be aggressive or something like this. You people have to be friendly atmosphere. You have to create friendly atmosphere and you have to express your opinions freely. So there should not be any kind of pressure. You should not bring pressure on other members, or you should not feel pressure of other members as well. Then next is accept criticism. So what do you mean by accept criticism? Let's try to understand. If any member of the group criticizes or disapproves a point, it is unwise to get upset or react sharply. So maybe that any group member, he's going to directly oppose your point, or it may be bad, or it may be, you know that he's not right, you know that you're right, and maybe your point is absolutely right and his is not right. So in that case, you don't just be upset, don't just react negatively, don't just talk bad words with that group member. Try to stuck to your point, try to again tell the same things in a polite way. Okay, so try to understand that people are going to oppose your opinion, or you are going to oppose other people's opinion also. That time also you have to be polite. In case the criticism is flimsy, the same can be pointed out politely. So flimsy means that it is necessary that you have to reply. If anybody has opposed to your opinion and you wanted to reply, so you have to do it in a polite way. You have to use a courteous language. So suppose that you raise one point and another group member has criticized you, he has opposed you. So whatever you saying, my friend, I totally disagree with you. But if you check the fact, if you see the reality in the society, something like this, and you just try to again tell your own point, in a different way. So try to be like this. Maximize participation. So this is important. You try to participate as much as it is possible. It should not be that if you're getting one turn and then you're not looking, you're not trying to talk second time or third time. So if you're getting chance to speak twice or thrice, you just be active and participate. Whatever, two times, three times you're getting chance, you just participate and speak. One must try to contribute fully, vigorously, and steadily throughout the discussion. So whenever you are thinking that you have to express your opinion, you express yourself. You should not restrict or prevent yourself from talking. Okay, if you're active, if you're a fluent speaker, you just try to control all group members by giving them direction, by suggesting something, or if anybody is not getting chance to speak, you are just attracting the attention of everybody that we should give chance to speak that person, something like this. But if you're not having that much active, but if you think that you can contribute in expressing your opinion, so you be active and express your opinion whenever you get a chance. Then next important point is here that show leadership ability. So a group discussion also evaluates your leadership qualities also. So how you can show your leadership qualities? What you can do? Let me hear your ideas. What you can do to show your leadership qualities? First of all, you can start the group discussion. That is initiating. So as soon as the topic is announced, you just try to give brief introduction of the topic and ask all members to contribute their views. So if you're going to start the group discussion, you're taking the leadership qualities here. Then if anybody is not getting chance to speak, what you can do? You just try to convince group members that someone who is not spoken, he should get a chance. So there you're showing your leadership abilities. Again, similarly, you can just try to bring the all group members on track. Suppose that at one point you thought that all group members are getting divergent. They're leaving topic and they're talking something else irrelevant. So that time you try to bring them on track. So there you're showing your leadership ability. Or you can just conclude the topic also. So at the end also you get a chance that everybody will pay attention to you by concluding the topic as well. So by doing these things, you can show your leadership abilities in group discussion. Okay. Then accept someone's point of view. So if someone is having different opinion, you have to accept it. Praise the argument. If anybody is trying to argue, so you just say, I like your way of uh, expression. Or you have to say that if you are just showing that he is person is rightly having different opinion, you have to say yes, that could be also right, that when you are just saying that, but you stuck to your opinion, you just don't change your opinion. So your example is given, remedial English communication is necessary for college students because they fail in communication skill test. So this is the one idea or opinion which is expressed by one candidate here, and you can praise this. Yes, that is really, I agree with. I really support your point of view. This way you can praise the argument. Then status of literacy of women is increased from 30% to 70% when compared to past years in employment sectors organized in the IT and ITS field. So this is also, this is a really good percentage. This is a really growth, something like this. You people can just support. If you really feel this is nice, you say this is really growth, or this is, you have to say, you have to support them by saying I agree, I support, or I also feel the same by saying these phrases. It is similar, except the contradicts view means different view. Contradicts means opposite views. Express your argument with few facts, cases, percentage. So try to give some statistic. Already I have told you, you have to be analytical here. You have to be ready with some percentage, some data, some statistics, some numbers. If you could provide, it will be again interesting. And you can get it from newspapers, publications, or any books that you have read, and express without hurting other people's feelings, that already we have discussed about it. Then next, suggestions are here some. Never try to bluff. So what do you mean by bluff? Something that you don't know but you're trying to say. Something. In simple words, boasting. Do you know meaning of boasting? So what is bluff? Bluff means you don't know at all anything, but still you're trying to show that you know it. So that is bluffing. Okay. So never try to bluff, never try to be boasting, never try to tell wrong things, wrong facts, or don't be lie here. Practice group discussion with friends on different subjects. Very important. This is going to help you. Only practice is going to help you. So whenever you people, today you read some news article in the newspaper, in the evening you can just try to hold the group discussion with your friends, or maybe recently you come across with new topic, you people can get or just hold a group discussion on this topic. Usually all you people get divided into groups, 3 5 whatever, up to 10 you people can make a group, and every day you people practice English communication group discussion there in that group. So I hope that all you people will take positively, and you people are becoming, I think that you might have become friends so far, and you people might have um, just can make groups of your own and try to discuss these things, because only this is going to help you. Remember, speech is powerful weapon, and this speech, on the basis of speech only, on the basis of your communication only, on the basis of your views that you have expressed in group discussion, you people will be called for next round, that will be personal interview, and based on your performance in interview, you people will be getting selected into companies. So speech is a powerful weapon. You people have to use it wisely. You people have to practice how you can use it for your purposes. So that is what I would like to suggest here. Okay, so with this today we people are going to stop here. Remaining there are some few topics and some ideas. I think that one more lecture we people will spend on what we should do and what we should not do, or we'll try to hold one group discussion. So should we have one group discussion for 10 to 15 minutes? If you people wanted to be uh, take one group discussion, in next class we will take one group discussion, and you people take down this topic. We'll take it: mobile phone, a boon or nuisance, or boon or ban, you can consider. So this is topic for your group discussion, and in the next class, those who wanted to be participate, so minimum 10 students should be ready, and those 10 students will personally message me on WhatsApp, so that I can ensure that those 10 students will be only given chance. Okay, uh, so I will stop here today, and I think that some phrases are also here that you people have to use it. So these phrases we will take into next class. So 2 3 some topics and some important phrases that we people will discuss it in next class. So let's try to be have your attendance. So let me know. Roll number 4 is absent. Roll number 6 is absent. Roll number 13 and 14 absent. 17 absent. 32, 34 absent. 45 absent. 50 absent. 51, 52, 53 absent. 58, 59, 60 absent. 61 absent. 65 absent. 68 absent and 71 absent.
58 is present, sir.
8 is there. Then anyone who is present but its name
Sir,
is,
66 पण present आहे.
so I didn't say 66 is absent, 66 is present. So once again listen: roll number 4, 6, 13, 14, 17, 29, 32, 34, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 59, 60, 61, 65, 68 and 71. Okay, so with this should we stop here? Should I end this meeting from my side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for joining today. We'll meet in next class.